My dear children, I am very happy to see you again from the second video of the second unit of grade 7 Civic Education, our society. Now we are going to talk about the ways how we can improve our relationships all over the society. My children, I will explain you that again. We are going to understand about the systems that can be used to develop, widen the contacts. That means the relationships all over the society. How can we do that? We can use information and data. We can use information and data. Data means the prepared information. The prepared information. So we have to use data and information for our life. We cannot live without data and information. We get data from different sources of information. What are the different sources of information? The different sources of information. Radio, television, internet, mobile phone, newspapers. They are some modern and past sources of information. So we have to use those information and data properly and correctly for the well-being of the society. What is the well-being? For the well-being of the society. Well-being. What is well-being? Well-being means the yaha pavatma. Yaha pavatma. Good living. Good living. So, most of parents always complain that their children always use the phone and the computer with contact with the internet. So they are afraid of, that thing. But we need data and information. We need them to widen the contacts and other relationships in the society. That is why we must use the data and information for the well-being of the society. Samaje yapavatma win-win. We can give the messages to the people. We can call and we can continue our contacts with our relations who live in abroad, like America, England, who live in remote areas, distant areas like Anuradhapura, like Katharagama. And actually, we don't have time to visit them every time, but we can call and take the details about their, day-to-day life. That's why they are very important, and we can develop our education through advertisements. We can get the knowledge of the goods and services. So they are very important. They are very important about classifieds, government announcements, and with the forecast, Kalagunika Anamaki, with the forecast are some examples of data and information. Then, my dear children, we have to understand about this part very well. So, the government always provides us correct information and proper information. But if you go to misuse, if you go to misconduct those data and information in the society, there will be many problems. There will be conflicts between the people. There will be wars. What is the meaning of war? War and conflicts. War and conflicts. Yudha saha gyatum. Yuddhasa Gatum conflicts. So we have to use data and information every time properly and meaningfully. That is a very good part of that lesson. So if you want to keep your personal, interpersonal relationships properly, so you must always continue correct and proper data and information. If you want to widen your intersocial relationships, you have to use them properly. Then, my dear children, information is a part of our life because today we are living in a very modern and developed world where there are so many modern sources of information available around us. I told you the examples for the sources of modern information and data like websites, internet, computer, handphone, radio, newspapers, television. So many examples can be taken. Then, my dear children, data and information are very important for the society. There are so many uses and benefits, so we can give the correct messages. We can actually address the society properly. We can talk to the whole world. So we call it globalization. Globalization. Goliyakaranaya. The whole world has become a small village. So we can send any message all around the world within few seconds, within few minutes. That is called globalization, universal village. We talk about them because of data and information. Today we are living in a modern society. We don't have time, but we can see the image through the WhatsApp. We can take the video calls. We are living in a modern society. That is about data and information. Now let's go to the second part of that same part. Now I am going to show you some essential information that we obtain, that we get in our day-to-day life. Weather forecast. So when we watch TV, we can hear about rainfalls and other natural weather forecast. Exchanging rates. What is that exchanging rates? How much is the value of a dollar to Sri Lankan rupee of today? How much is the value of a yen, Japan yen, to Sri Lankan rupee today? That is called exchanging rate. It is very important for banking services, for financial services, for export and import traders, for foreign employees. It is very important. Videsh vinima anupata, Videsh vinima anupata, exchange rates. Market prices. So we can get to know about the prices of the goods, services, and other things like vegetables, services, doctor charges, bus fee, important and emergency phone numbers. That is also very important. So 1919 State Information Center, 119 Emergency Call Bureau, and there are some other different emergency and important phone numbers which are used by us in our day-to-day activities. So we are going to learn them in a question in the coming session of the video. Advertisements, the advertisements of television, newspaper advertisements, internet advertisements. Advertisements are very important. They are eye-catching. They give us all correct information, but some advertisements mislead us. They cheat the people. So we have to use the information and data correctly. Classifies small advertisements. No pictures, only the advertisement like a notice. They are called classifies. Luhudu Danbi. very small advertisements which are used to sell houses, vehicles, like marriage proposals and government announcements. We call them gazettes, government informations and announcements. Information on employments, job vacancies. These are some of essential information that we obtain in our day-to-day life when we live in the society. The society needs information. The people need information. We cannot live without information. We want to know information. That's why we hear news, we read newspapers, we use websites. We have a lot of modern sources of information, data. Okay, my dear children. My dear children, now we are going to pay attention on a small part of the society. So when we live in the society, we always hear about some social problems, some social occasions. So they are called phenomena. So we can hear about funeral homes, death homes, weddings, and we can hear some personal problems like failing an exam, failing from an interview, dispute of friends, disagreements of friends, disputes of friends. So we hear so many things in the society. So they are very bad. They depart, of those social interrelationships, those interpersonal relationships. That's why we have to talk about them. Those occasions, social occasions and phenomena depart, separate those social bonds. Then we have to consider about them. We must pay attention deeply on those things. Now I am going to show you some examples of those occasions and phenomena where we can see in the society which separate the social contacts. Social and interpersonal relationships will be broken down because of those things. Then, my children, be careful. Try to be friendly with others. Try to, always understand and realize the situations. So you can face them successfully. You can face the challenges when you come across them in the society. That is the life. When we live in a society, we come across different challenges. There are challenges in your life. If you think that you fail your exam, so what should you do? You have to work hard, study properly, you have to go to classes, you arrange the notes, write the answers for the questions, listen to the teachers very well, share the knowledge, then you will pass the exam very well. So for other phenomena and social occasions, we can follow the same methods. Now I am going to show you some examples of those social occasions or phenomena. What are they, my dear? Facing examinations and failing them is a common social different occasion. Death of a very close family member, like grandmother, grandfather, uncle. Financial hardship. Sometimes we don't have money. That is the nature. Then we have to take some money from neighbors or relations. So that's why we must keep our close relationships. When they don't have, we must give them. Don't say no. Dispute with friends. Sometimes we get disagreements. Being angry with the friends. No, they are friends. So you have to be friendly every time. Associations of unsuitable friends, that is not good. When you associate with very bad friends, that become an unfavorable force in your life. So you have to be careful from those unfavorable friends. And when you go to select and make decisions about the occupations, jobs, you will get many problems. So your parents say that it is good, but you will think that it is bad. There will be a conflict. So you have to be considerate. So your neighbors, relations, sometimes will laugh at you when you select a job, but you have to think about the society, about the relationships when you go to select those things. Selecting a subject or subjects, you will face many problems. So how do you face them? You have to plan, you have to discuss them with others, you have to take decisions correctly, then you can only face them successfully. You can overcome the challenges successfully. Now let's go to next part. My dear children, when we live in the society, I told you that we always face in many problems. That is nature. So we have to be patient. We can discuss about them others. Then only we can solve them. Anyway, the society has its own privilege. Privilege. That means the Varaprasad. What are they? They are called social rights. Social rights. They are called social rights. What is the meaning of that word? Rights. What is this? Aiti Vasikam. This is a privilege. This is a privilege. This is a privilege. Varaprasadya that you get from the society. You have rights, civil rights, political rights, child rights. You have different rights. The society has given you such privileges when you live in the society to protect your life, to develop your life, to solve your problems, to minimize the conflicts. The rights are available in our society. We all have rights. Even the animals also have rights. Child rights, the rights for children, going to school, studying or education, playing, giving food, being loving. There are some rights of you. Working as a laborer, child labor, thrashing you. They are prohibited. We cannot offend child rights as children and elders. Anyway, we are going to talk about the rights of the society. The society needs those privileges, Varaprasad, when we live in the society, to protect our life, to protect our environment, to protect our family and other societies, to develop our life conditions. That's why we are going to talk about rights. There are different rights. Now we are going to look at this lesson. Okay, my children, about rights. Now look at the topic. Rights available in society. Aitivasika. What do rights mean? Rights are the privileges given by the society to the people of the society. Why are rights useful? Why are rights useful? I told you the uses or benefits or advantages of rights. We cannot live without rights. I have a right of thinking. I have a right of practicing any religion, culture, tradition. I have right of expressing my ideas. I have right of living at any place. I have right of doing any job that I like. But I don't have any rights of insulting you, blaming at you, hitting you, fighting with you, damaging you. I don't have any rights of damaging your properties. I don't have any right of killing you because you also have the rights of living. That's why. Because you also have the rights of expressing your ideas. You also have the rights of practicing any religion. Then we don't have any right of blaming and criticizing you indirectly. See how rights are like a shield. They protect us from those conflicts. The society cannot continue forward without rights. People are complex. Most of people are selfish. That's why we need rights. We must protect rights. We must save them. We must follow them every time. Rights always standardize our life and its qualities. My dear children, do you respect rights? Do you follow rights? Yes. Yes. Let's see the rest of the lesson. Now, my dear children, we are going to talk about basic features of rights. What are the basic features of rights? Moolika Lakshana. The rights are inherited from society. We obtain them from society. Inherited means society. Inherited from society. We take them from society. Rights are inherited from society because we people of the society make them. And rights are very important. Why? They protect our rights. They protect our life, our properties. That means they make you a very good person. Well-mannered, good-mannered, a decent and polite person. So, rights always help to promote well-being. Promote to well-being. What is well-being? Yaha pavatma. Yaha pavatma. Yaha pavatma. See how yaha pavatma. Respecting at others, listening to others, talking the truth, being honest, every day, obedient to the law, truthfulness, patience, caring and sharing, promote well-being. Then there are no more rights. Rights are restricted, limited rights only. No 100, only limited. Then we can talk about some other features like this. Free from selfishness. Why? You must think about others also now. You must think about others also. That means free from selfishness. You must be selfless. You must think about you while thinking about others. This is society. We live together. Don't you think about your parents and your other siblings, sisters and brothers, when you is home? Yes, you think about it. Then you have to think about other people also. Being free from selfishness. Don't be selfish. No selfishness in the rights. Then, my dear, related to duties. So we have duties. I told you a list of duties. Respecting, obeying, like that. They are duties. Responsibilities also. We have to do and not to do. Responsibilities. These are the main features of rights. Human rights, social rights, civil rights, political rights, child rights. Whatever the rights, they have their own features. Features are very important. So you can identify about the features now. Learn them, my dear. Right, Puthli. As a person of the society, that means as a citizen. As a citizen, you have number of rights. Now we are going to study about the rights that you have. Mainly we learn two types of rights in grade 7. Okay, now rights have two main parts. You can see civil rights. Civil rights. What is this? Rights for life. Civil rights. Rights for your life. What are they? There are so many civil rights. Second one, political rights. දේශපාලන අයිතිවාසිකම්. දේශපාලන අයිතිවාසිකම්. See, political rights. Political rights. What are they? You have to know them. You must know them very well. Right? Okay? Now, my dear children, you can see the rights properly. You can see the rights properly. Civil rights. Right to live. I cannot kill you. You cannot kill me. You have right of living. जीवत वीमे आईती है. जीवत वीमे आईती. Right of education. We all have right to study, to go to school, to face for the exams, O-level, A-level, to go to university, to get a degree, to do other diplomas, to do other degrees. We all have. If you want to go to America, you have the right of going to America to study. Their rights. We cannot stop them. No one can stop them. Third one, right to follow any religion or faith. I told you that. To practice any religion you like. I am a Buddhist. If I want to practice Hinduism, I can join there. I can become a Hindu. No one can stop me. Even my parents cannot stop me. They are very powerful. They are rights. But you have to think about the rights. Okay, every time. Right to expression. Talking. The right of talking. Giving ideas. You have the right of expressions. Adas prakashi kirimee aithiya. But you cannot write, create that gossip. You cannot spread those rumors. You cannot tell lies. You cannot throw mud at people. Though you have the right of expressions. Right to do any job. You have your own right to do any job. I became a teacher. My parents told me to become a lawyer. I can become a lawyer. But I wanted to become a teacher, an English medium teacher. That's my right. Equality. All are same. All have the same rights. I am a very rich man. You are a very poor man. Your friend is in the low caste. Your relations are in the high caste. Usas kule, pahat kule, rich, poor. I am dark. You are very fair. No any discriminations. No any differences. All are same. We all are humans. Whatever the religion, whatever the race, whatever the language, whatever the color of the skin, we all are humans. Equality, samanatmatavai, right to live any place according to your preference. I told you, if you want to live in Jaffna, you can live. If you want to live in Japan, you can live there. No problem. They are your rights, civil rights, rights for your life. Understand, Pute? Now I am going to talk about the political rights. Deshapalana Aitivasika. Right to be an elector. You can compete at an election. There are a number of elections. Presidential election, parliamentary election. You can compete. You can compete as an elector. You can go door to door. Give me your votes. Give me your votes. I can rule the country. Then people give you votes. You go to parliament. You are right. Right to be a candidate. Then you can give the vote. Then I can become a candidate. Candidate. You can compete. Number one, elector. Chandadayakya. Number two, candidate. Chandaya illana apekshakya. You can become an elector. You can become a candidate. You can join any political party. There are a number of political parties in Sri Lanka. You can join any political party. You can give your support to any government. I can't say, don't support that government, support us. I cannot say so. Because you have your right. That is your political right. And you can criticize the government. You can blame at the government. They are not good. You can blame. But that must be reasonable. That must be truth. And you can hold any government position. You can become a chairman, director, secretary, advisor, minister. You can become a secretary. You can hold any post, government post. They are political rights. Today, the society is very nice now. We have rights. We have guards, social guards. They are social guards. So, very trickful thing, my dear. Privilege. So, I have my guards, you have your guards. Then we cannot damage guards each other. See how they are rights. If we didn't have rights, we would fight like bulls. We would fight like bulls, crocodiles. Animals are better than 1,000 times than the people. If we didn't have a religion, if we didn't have rights, really. Now let's go to next part. Okay, they are very interesting. Now we have a very interesting part. It is about the duties related to the rights. We have duties and responsibilities. What are the duties? Yutuka. We have some duties and responsibilities. Vagakin. Related to the rights. What are the rights? Let's take the first one. It is education. So you have this right. The society has given you this right. Education. You go school, you go classes, you study the subjects. What is your duty? You have the duties. You must study well. That is the duty. You must protect the school. You must protect the school books and everything. You have to serve to the country. You must not neglect and skip your homework. They are the duties. You must respect the teachers. Listen to them. Follow their advice. Finally, you must become a great citizen. You must become a good, person to the society. They are the duties. The duties: study well, then you can learn about them very well. Further, when I discuss the questions and answers in the class at the revision lessons, then I hope to do them. I cannot write 10, I write only 3, 4. But when I do the revision, I hope to do more questions with more answers. Then you can join my classes. Second one, practicing any religion. Practicing any religion. You have the right of practicing any religion, custom, tradition, any faith. What are the duties? You cannot disturb at others when they believe, practice their religion. You cannot criticize their religion and their customs. You cannot disturb at them. You cannot damage to the properties of those religious places. You cannot do them. You have to protect your religion and customs as well as traditions. They have to protect their things. No one can damage their things. Very good. So I like those very much. Then what is the duty? Protecting it, preventing from damaging, everything. Preventing from damaging, stopping from damaging. You can write it. Third right, expressing, right of expressing, giving ideas. Adas prakash kare. What are the duties? Telling truth, preventing from spreading rumors, creating faults. No, you cannot criticize injustice. You cannot criticize. Understand? Unreasonably. There's a reason. साधारण हेतुවක් තිබිය යුතුයි. To criticize, to talk. You cannot do. So there are so many rights and duties. So the rights and duties are, joining together. So we always follow the duties and responsibilities. When we enjoy rights, that is your duty. As a student, you must know about them very well. We can get number of rights that we studied before this, and we can write the duties according to those things. Now I am going to start next part after the rights. Pute, little by little we are coming to the end of the lesson. Now you are going to talk about a very useful and important part for your life, because we are going to talk about the qualities of a good citizen in the society. The qualities that you should improve to become a good citizen in the society. What are the qualities? We are going to talk about the qualities that we should develop in our life as a good citizen. So I can ask a question. Name 5 good qualities of a good citizen. Who is a good citizen? A good person in the society. Who is a good person? The one who respects the rights, the one who fulfills all duties properly, the one who respects all the rights, as well as the one who performs the duties and responsibilities properly is a good citizen. Now let's learn those good qualities. They are easy. So I have some ideas about that. I'm going to show you a very nice chart of the good qualities of a good citizen of society. These are the good qualities. Fulfilling duties. I told you that we have to fulfill the duties. While enjoying the rights, we must help to protect others' duties, others' rights. Abide by the law. We must be lawful. We must respect the law. Simple life. We must be simple in life. Tolerance of others' views. We have to tolerate of others' views. We must respect others' ideas. I said that you also have a right of expressing your ideas. The others also. Then we should respect. We should listen to them also. Don't go to fight. Loving others. It's a good thing, Bhute. We have to love. Compassion and kindness. Maitriya. Compassion and kindness. We must be kind. Respecting rights. Being disciplined. Discipline, politeness. Help to develop well-being of the society. Using pleasant words, good words, decent words. Please, come, thank you, you are welcome, I am sorry. You must use those words. Selflessness. We learned that point. Free from selfishness. That means selflessness means altruism. Parattakami bhava. You must think about other people also. Spirituality. Your heart, your work must be actually, understand, spiritual. So, my dear children, these are the great qualities that we have to inculcate in our life. As I told you, okay, we must think about those things very well, about the great qualities. That means qualities. So, see how the qualities are very important to the society. Finally, we want to create a very good citizen, a very valuable citizen to the society. That's why we have those rules, rights, qualities, everything. So we can create a very nice society. Okay, my dear. Anyway, so it is very important to enjoy our rights while fulfilling our duties, as well as while living in a legal framework. While living in a legal framework. So you can see. Then we can get a good lifestyle. So what are the main features of the good lifestyle? Ensuring freedom. So we are sure about the rights. We are sure about the social security. We are not afraid. We don't have any suspicion. So we are ensuring about the freedom. Fulfilling the needs of people that we can fulfill. We can help to fulfill the needs of the people and ensuring the personal rights. I told you, if I protect my rights or if I protect your rights, you will protect my rights. And developing interpersonal relationships, very important. Interpersonal as well as intersocial relationships can be protected and developed if we follow those things in the society. These are the main features of the good lifestyle. Ensuring freedom, ensuring personal rights, developing interpersonal relationships, fulfilling the needs of the people are some of them. My dear children, there is a universal charter on human rights. There is a universal charter on human rights. මානව අයිතිවාසිකම් පිළිබඳව විශ්ව ප්‍රඥාප්තියක් තියෙනවා. That means the whole world has signed and agreed to follow those things which I told you and taught you. It is called the Universal Charter on Human Rights. So the Universal Charter on Human Rights is a internationally highly reputed and recognized document. All the governments, countries have agreed to follow it, not to offended. So according to the articles of that, especially 23rd article of that, it talks about the rights of professionals. Rights of professionals. What is that, Uday? The right of doing a job you like. So you have the right of doing any job you like. That is called the rights of professionals. So we talk about that earlier. But now I talk about the rights of professionals. So now you think that I am a teacher. The principal of my school cannot keep me out of the class. He must give me a class. It is my right. He cannot stop my salary if I am not wrong. If I am not wrong only, then it's my right. So they cannot stop my job. They cannot transfer me to other places without any reasonable reason. So they are my rights, and they must give me the salary properly. They must give me my proper holidays. And they must give me facilities. They must provide me security. They are my rights of the professional job, according to the Universal Charter on Human Rights and to the 23rd article of the Universal Charter on Human Rights. Then, my dear children, so we have to follow the medical leaves, those proper retirement procedures. So there are so many things. Now we are going to describe them briefly. Now look at that, the rights of professionals doing a job. The Article 23rd of the Universal Charter on Human Rights has given every individual the right to work, the right to choose, that means select one's occupation freely. I told you that many times. Even the parents cannot change it. The right to enjoy, with the facilities while working there, the right to ensure the job security, about the salary, increments, promotions, scholarships, all are relevant to this matter. What is that charter? The Universal Charter on Human Rights. Manava Himikam Sambandha Vishwa Ratnyaptiya. Vishwa Ratnyaptiya. What is that article? 23rd article. 23rd article, the article 23. Mentions about the right of doing a job, career, professionals. Right, now we are going to talk about that again. Now we must pay our kind attention on the children, like you, about the child rights. So they also have some rights in the society, because the most important part of the society is children. They are the future leaders. So we cannot make them, abuse. We cannot use them in wrong and misconducts. We cannot lose their child, pleasant, their happy childhood. We cannot actually make them sad. We cannot use them to abuse, to use for the wrong word. So there are some of those examples. We cannot use any children for antisocial activities to destroy something like that. So children are like flowers. The society has prepared so many guidelines as well as a strong, lawful frame, a law frame to ensure the rights of children, to ensure the rights of elders also. So we have to think about the rights of children in this way. Right, Pute. Now I have come to the end of the lesson. Unit 2, our society. So you improved your knowledge about different things of the society. Now finally, I am talking about the retirement of the workers. There are two workers, government workers and private workers. Workers are called servants. Servants means not the workers who work at home. Servants means here workers. Teachers are the servants of the government. Teachers, doctors, nurses, policemen, postmen, they are the workers. Here there are two workers, government workers and private workers. Government workers are called public employees or public servants. The private workers are called private employees or private servants. Right, now look at the public employees, that means the government workers. They can get retired at the age of 57. At the age of 57 or maximally at the age of 60. And they will have a pension at the end of the life, so they can spend the rest of the life very happily. Understand, Bhute? Yes. As well as the government workers don't have a limit of working there, so they can work as they wish and as they keep their life healthy. Then they can get the EPF and ETF. They don't have a pension. EPF means, okay, it is a private fund. Understand that? Yes. Provident fund, employees, provident fund, and employees do not trust fund. So they are very important. That is called Seva Niyukti. Aramudala. Seva Bharakar Aramudala. So they are called EPF and ETF. So they are employees funds. So they can get it. The male workers, male workers can get it at the 55, but female, that means Gahanu, female can get it after their marriage, at the marriage. See how? Now I have stopped the lesson. I am very happy to enjoy with you. So I think that you studied so many things about the lesson, my children. I hope to meet you again from my next video. Then I wish you all the best. You can improve your knowledge by reading the lesson again and writing answers for the questions at the revision class. And you can improve your knowledge through the PDF. Then you must get the PDF and buy. See you, my children. Bye. See you.